My name is Ava Carter, and this is the story of a love that was as heartbreaking as it was beautiful. I never expected to fall for someone who belonged to another. But love doesn't ask for permission. It comes uninvited, takes root in your heart, and refuses to leave, even when it has no place to grow. It all started when I met James Bennett at a charity gala. He was charming, intelligent, and had a presence that commanded the room. But more than that, he was kind, something rare, in a world full of pretense. We talked for hours that night, our laughter blending into the soft music that played in the background. It felt like fate had finally led me to someone who truly understood me. But fate, as it turns out, has a cruel sense of humor. It wasn't until later that I learned the truth. James was engaged. His fiancée, Olivia, was stunning, graceful, and everything I wasn't. She came from a world of wealth and power, a world that I had only stepped into by chance. And yet, despite knowing he was promised to someone else, I couldn't deny the connection we had. It was electric, undeniable, and utterly forbidden. I tried to walk away. I really did. But James sought me out, his eyes searching for answers in mine. His presence pulling me back like a force of gravity. I couldn't resist. We became friends, though we both knew it was a dangerous game to play. The stolen glances, the accidental touches, the late-night conversations, they were all threads of a love story we weren't allowed to write. The struggle was unbearable. I couldn't be with him, but I couldn't let him go either. Every moment we shared felt like a ticking time bomb, waiting to explode and ruin everything. And yet, we continued, caught between love and duty, between what we wanted and what was right. One evening, under the dim glow of city lights, James finally confessed what I had always felt, but never dared to believe. "I love you, Ava," he whispered, his voice trembling. "But I can't leave her." My heart shattered into a million pieces. I knew this moment would come, yet nothing could have prepared me for the pain of hearing it out loud. Tears welled in my eyes, but I refused to let them fall. "Then we have to stop this," I said, my voice barely above a whisper, "because loving you is breaking me." James looked at me, desperation in his eyes, but he knew I was right. We had built something beautiful on borrowed time, and now it was slipping through our fingers. The following days were excruciating. I avoided places I knew he would be, ignored his calls, and tried to drown myself in work. But nothing could erase the memory of him, of us. I saw him in every song, in every sunset, in every empty space he used to fill. Weeks turned into months, and just when I thought I had learned to live with the ache of losing him, fate intervened once again. Olivia called off the engagement, the wedding that was supposed to be the grandest event of the year. Never happened. And then one day, James stood at my doorstep, rain-soaked and breathless, looking at me, as if I was the only thing keeping him alive. "It's over, Ava," he said. "She's gone, and I'm here. For you." My breath hitched. Every fiber of my being wanted to run into his arms, to claim the love I had been denied for so long. But doubts crept in like shadows. Was this real? Was I just a second choice? The backup plan? Why now? I asked, my voice trembling. Why couldn't you choose me before? James stepped closer, his hands gently cradling my face. Because I was a coward. Because I was afraid of hurting her. But the truth is, I've been in love with you since the moment I met you. And I will spend the rest of my life proving that to you, if you let me. Tears streamed down my face, the weight of our love finally lifting, making space for something new, something real. And in that moment, under the pouring rain, I chose love. I chose him. Love isn't always fair. It doesn't always come at the right time. And it doesn't always follow the rules. But when it's real, when it's undeniable, it finds a way. And sometimes, just sometimes, love gets a second chance. And so, James and I began our journey, no longer a whispered secret, but a love that could finally be spoken out loud. Because sometimes the greatest love stories are the ones that survive the storm. Looking back now, I realize that love is never simple. It is a road filled with pain, choices, and sacrifice. But it is also the most beautiful thing one can ever experience. James and I had to fight for what we had. And while the journey was filled with heartbreak, in the end, we found our way to each other. Love, in its truest form, is patient, enduring, and willing to weather even the hardest of storms. And I am grateful every single day we found the strength to hold on